In Beijing, we heard today from the top policy office on Hong Kong affairs. They condemned the recent protests in the city. They also reiterated central government's firm support of Hong Kong's Chief Executive Carrie Lam. It was a rare press conference today, and the spokesperson for that office, the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office, Mr. Yang Guang, said that the central government in Beijing has been closely watching developments in Hong Kong. He noted the recent nearly 2 months of unrest has had a negative impact on the local economy. But he stressed the one country, two systems principle continues to be the best way in which to govern Hong Kong. He said that the central government will not change its stance on that. Mr. Yang also accused some media organizations of fear-mongering.
由于不少香港市民对内地的情况和法律制度、司法制度不甚了解，对修订上述两个条例有所疑虑，一些别有用心的人和媒体趁机散播各种危言耸听的言论，制造社会恐慌，阻挠法案在立法会审议通过。
Our correspondent in Beijing, Olivia Siong, was at that news conference today, and she told us more.
Absolutely, it's an unprecedented press conference here in Beijing, the first time that the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office is holding a news conference since this political unrest broke out in Hong Kong. And I think with this press conference here, Beijing authorities tried to make a few very key points. They expressed their support for the Hong Kong government under its leader Carrie Lam. It also expressed its appreciation and support for the Hong Kong police, and also condemned the violence by protesters over the last few weeks. Now, what the spokesperson did say is that Beijing, that these horrendous incidents, is what it's calling it in Hong Kong, have caused serious damage to the rule of law, public order, economy, the international reputation of Hong Kong as a city. And it says that this has gone beyond the scope of peaceful protest, and it has also touched the bottom line, infringed on that bottom line of the one country, two systems principle. More importantly as well, the spokesperson also came out very strongly and hit out against the violence that had been caused by protesters. He said that violence is violence and the violation of the law is a violation of the law. He said that protesters used hazardous liquids and powder and incited violence against the police. He also said that Hong Kong police had, busted into a warehouse and discovered explosives that were being made in relation to these demonstrations. And so it came out strongly against this small group of what they call radical protesters. The spokesperson also did say that the central government has essentially three hopes. One is for the Hong Kong people to oppose and boycott violence. The second, for them to firmly safeguard the rule of law in the city. And third, for Hong Kong society to be able to get out of this political conflict as soon as possible and to focus on economic development. It did say that the Hong Kong government and the people did need to better address and find a way to better address some of the concerns of the young people, especially when it comes to housing or employment or other issues. But what is also significant is what the spokespersons did not say at this press conference. For example, when asked about some of the protests, one of the protesters demands for there to be an independent inquiry into police actions. The spokesperson did not answer the question directly. Instead, he did say that the most important thing is for order to be restored in Hong Kong.